Can we assume that there's an upcoming debut album then?
Yeah, sir. Oh, maybe.
Hey, my name is Dhruva, and I'm joined by Yxng Bane for the latest in our In Conversation series. How are you doing? Where are you in the world right now?
I'm in London, man. I'm in the heart of London right now. I'm just breaking off. We're in Kensington. I'm in Kensington right now, in the heart of London. Yeah.
You've been busy during lockdown. You've had a lot of PR. Yeah. You released Quarantine, the Lost Files project. Can you speak on the creation of that project?
I guess it was just that project just come about as it was just a process of me just continuously being in the studio and continuously expressing myself and the things I'm going through life. And the project just came out about a time where I just felt like, I think I just done the Instagram live, was with the fans. I just played them some new music and then we just put a tape together and just put it out there and it went crazy in the streets, you know? So the streets on fire.
How did fan feedback help you select songs for the mixtape? Like, was there a particular reaction to a particular song that everyone was like, "This is the one"?
Yeah, I guess they were all going crazy over because I played a variety of songs. Not just the songs that were on the mixtape. Some weren't on the mix, and it was just generally a good feedback. And it was more so at that time. It was more so just about sharing the music and just expressing myself and letting them know where I was at mentally and where I was at in my career, etc., etc. And then the tape just rounded it off for them as well and just gave them a care package.
Like, how much of the Lost Files was made during lockdown? How much was made before lockdown?
None of it was made. Was anything made during lockdown? I don't think anything was made during lockdown. I don't think it was made during lockdown because the songs, I played the songs on Instagram Live during lockdown. So they had all been made prior. I think the only thing that maybe got added was maybe Rubbish, I believe, maybe. But we've made some music during lockdown for after lockdown when we get outside, because we're outside.
That's what's up. Did you want anyone particular on the Lost Files project that you couldn't get?
No, man. I think the fans are used to seeing me with the same faces and I think that's because, you know, a lot of these guys that I work with, we have a relationship, and I think there's gonna be some. Obviously, there's gonna be some, and I've got some new features actually, and some new people that we've been working on that you guys haven't seen me with. That's coming soon, but you know, Quarantine was, like I said, it's just like me going to the studio and expressing myself. And so when I'm calling a friend who's also doing music and just going in the studio, that's exactly how those songs were kind of made. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, no, oh yeah, let's make a song today, man. Or no, it's just like, yo, where you at? Yeah, let's go, boom, boom, boom. Yeah,
your latest single, man, Cut Me Off. It's great. And it's really upbeat. It's got elements of like Afro swing in it. It feels like a perfect antidote to like a grey winter under the cloud of a pandemic.
You're Corona right now, man.
How did the creation of the single come about? Like, when did you write it?
I wrote that one in Canada. I was in Canada for a week and a bit, you know what I mean?
Oh shit. Where in Canada?
I was in, I did that one in Toronto. I was in Toronto and we was going to the studio, you know, the EXO guy, the 88 Glam, the 88 Glam guys took me around the city and that, showed me around the city. I love the Six, by the way.
Wow,
I recorded that one in Toronto with in Grimes, an engineer's studio called Grimes, with a producer called DZL. Crazy, man. Crazy. And you know, the song kind of explains itself. I told you I was in Toronto, you know, for a week and a bit, I must re-say. So, you know, I'm in your city for a week, baby, what's up?
What was it like working with the producer in Toronto, like going international like that?
DZL's dope, bro. I mean, in Toronto was that's definitely, because I've recorded in different countries and, you know, felt different vibes and, you know, different countries and different places, different situations bring you different vibes. And that I got in Toronto, not just Toronto, in Montreal as well. I recorded in Montreal. In Canada, in general, was a great vibe. And Yeah, man, I enjoy it. Even till this day, I enjoy it that I made whilst I was out there, man. Shout outs to Canada.
Yeah, that's what's up. Can we assume that there's an upcoming debut album then?
Yeah, yeah, yes, sir. Oh, maybe. We ain't telling, ain't no telling. There's no telling right now.
I gotta ask then. I gotta ask. You were in Toronto. You were in Canada. Did you work with him? Did you work with Drake? Did you do it?
Nah. Nah. Hey, what? Hey, Drizzy, I like the boy though.
How do you think your sound has changed since the release of like Bestie and Rihanna to Cut Me Off? Because it feels much more polished now.
Yeah.
It feels much more like evolved.
Yeah, thank you. I think that's just I appreciate that, bro, man. Thank you. I think that's just part of the process, man, and that's just part of the journey. The more practice makes perfect. The more you record, the better you're gonna get. The more you do, the more it's with everything. It's with whatever you choose to do in life. You know what I'm saying? So I guess that's where it is, and it's just different experiences in life and being in different situations and in different places. Like I said, it just brings out a different side of your creativity, and I'm just blessed that I just keep continuing to express that. And yeah, man.
Where do you see, I guess, your sound evolving towards? Is there some kind of level you want to hit, or someone you're aspiring to mirror?
I don't really there's no ceilings, man. Like Lil Wayne said, there's no ceilings.
This is it.
There's literally no ceilings. I think that's the best way you can describe it, There's just no ceilings. And that's the mentality you gotta have in life, with just the mentality, I guess the idea of perfection is real. It may not be real. The idea is real. So
yeah.
It should just be to be better. Do you know what I mean? No ceilings, just keep bettering.
I mean, you seem really like refreshed and energized, and your music also, like at least a single, is really it's just like a new level up for you. But like you took a break for a while. Like, what led you to start making music again after taking that break?
Bro, I don't take a break from making music. I may take a break from dropping music. I ain't take a break from making music. That's like I need to breathe. I breathe, eat, sleep music. It don't make no sense getting up and not listening or making music. I'm an alien. I need to be in that booth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I just I may take a break from dropping it, but never ever feel like Baney Boy is not in the studio. Never feel like I'm not telling you guys where I'm at or what I'm doing. I'm gonna keep you updated. I love you that much,
How come you took a break from releasing music then for a while after like a flurry of so many singles?
We dropped all the singles, and I guess I'm a young boy. Let me enjoy it a little bit, Let me enjoy it around at 23 years old, and it gets it's a lot, and I was taking it in, there's the goods and the bads, there's everything that comes with it, and being from where I am and attaining the level of success that I did at that young age, and still continuing to grow and still maintaining and continuing, there's times where sometimes you just need to chill, there's times where you need to chill, look around you and just realize where you really are, and understand that, nothing changes, you're still the same you, don't get caught in your own little bubble, or, you know what I'm saying, just stay grounded. So that's what it is. Don't ever feel like when Baney goes quiet, something's wrong or anything. Nah, when I go quiet, that means it's extra good. Like, I'm enjoying it now. That's what it really means. Like,
did you ever envision your career taking off like this? Like so quickly?
Never envisioned it being this quick at all. So I've got to always be grateful to my fans, to God and my team. Do you know what I mean? To everyone that plays a part in Yxng Bane daily and etc. So never imagined it to be this fast or no, I never point blank. But no matter what I do and anything I do, I'm always give 100%. Otherwise, it's not worth doing. Do you know what I mean? I might as well find something else to do that I'm gonna put 100% in.
And like you've even become a model now. Like, do you ever think that you'd end up modeling on the London Fashion Week?
We said, boy, pretty crazy. Yeah, man, we just, man, I'm just having fun. Like I said, man, just a young boy having fun. my
How
dreams,
old? You mentioned that you live, breathe, eat, sleep music. How old were you when you started making music? When you first started like getting into it?
It's been coming up to 4 years now, 3 years, 4 years now. Before that, I've always had an interest in music. I mean, when I was younger, I remember my dad put me in, like I have got a piano at home. My dad put me in piano lessons when I was younger. So I've always had an interest in music, and I grew up in a music household. My dad was always listening to music, like, I guess that's probably where I learned my sensitivity to like to certain songs and certain type of music, because my dad would listen to like Boyz II Men. He would listen to the Isley Brothers. He would listen to like like real old school R&B. Whereas me growing up, like the first album I bought was like 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying, or Graham on You on telly. Do you know what I mean? It's a whole different thing. So I guess the fact that I've always been around music and always loved it, and even like being African and always hearing, African music, it's obviously played a part in how sometimes I could go to the studio and make an Afrobeats influence tune. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, man.
How did East London shape you as well? Like, because you were growing up and you had like Wiley and Dizzy Rascal and Kano and Nets and DWE all coming up.
The guys you mentioned, it's not even just East London. They're from the same borough. I'm from Camden Town, Customer. So that definitely played a huge part, because that shows you that it's possible. You know what I mean? Knowing that they grew around the corner or whatever, and however close to home, you might know somebody who knows them, or you might have a cousin who knows whoever, it's possible. So that plays a huge part in it. And that's what I think makes a difference in someone's life, whether once you can see it's possible, it's easier to attain, and it's way easier to work towards whatever you wanna do.
It's interesting because you would have grown up with a certain kind of sound coming out of East London and London, but now you tend to like kind of float between genres like seamlessly. You like lend your voice to like a spectrum of genres within Black British music. What do you think of the multitude of sounds coming out of the UK right now? There's so many different genres.
Yeah, I think it's crazy. I think a lot of these things as well have always been around. Do you know what I mean? Like I always say, like Afro swing, whatever you want to call it, is still Afrobeats. People are quick to, like, whenever it's like UK rap, somebody will just call it grime, whereas the BPM isn't grime. So I feel like everybody's we've got our own scene. Like we've got UK Afrobeat music. Yes, we've got UK rap and UK grime, but we've always been doing this. Do you know what I mean? We've always been doing this. It's not like everyone's paying attention, but we've always been doing this. We've been doing this. Giggs has been doing UK rap. Do you know what I mean? And who's been doing UK grime. You know what I'm saying? We've been doing this. So yeah, man.
Are you gonna be doing any drill in an upcoming project?
I've done drill before. Bane, if I'm in a drill mood, then I've got to do a drill tune. If I'm in a drill mood, I can't sing when if I'm in a drill mood. I might sing about the drill, but it depends. But I gotta feel it. You know what I mean? I gotta be in that space. I gotta be in that space.
So you were just talking about Afrobeats. The recent emergence of an Afrobeats chart. There's a very valid fear that it may become like the next urban category, right? Because it lumps together so many genres into one. What are your thoughts on this new Afrobeat chart?
I think it's sick, bro, man. I think it's sick, I think it's sick the same way we have punk music, the same way, when you go on your Apple Music, you can check, you got your pop charts, you got your hip hop charts, you got different genres, and the respect has obviously now been put on Afrobeats for it to have its own thing. So I think it's nothing but something positive that it's finally getting its respect for what it is. It's now equally as looked at as all the other genres of music, then, so to say. Do you know what I mean? I think it's nothing but a positive thing.
I gotta ask, is the name Yxng Bane a Batman reference? Like, where'd the name come from?
Because when I started, I wasn't gonna show my face, but I always liked the design of the Bane mask. Now, I hadn't watched the movie or anything, but I just come across the mask and I liked the mask. So then I thought Bane, and then I thought Yxng Bane, but I just thought, let me put an X there. I ain't got a reason why I put an X there. I ain't gonna lie to you. I just thought it looked cool.
Fair enough, man. So finally, like, what's your biggest career aspiration? Like, where are you seeing yourself in a post-COVID world after the success you've already had?
Brother, no ceilings, man. Everything bigger, everything better and more, man. Do you know what I mean? No ceilings at all. Like I couldn't tell you where I want to get to, because when I get there, I'm gonna want to get to somewhere else.
Oh man, that's great. Those are all my questions. Thank you so much.
Oh, man. Is there